Welcome to Innocent Love. We really appreciate you guys being here today. We are all set up in our brand new studio, and now we are ready to go, ready to rumble, ready to rock. We're going to be making videos on a weekly basis as of today. And today's topic that I want to be talking about is falling in love again. Meaning that if you're already in a relationship or maybe you even married for a long time and things, what happened is sometimes that a relationship can grow cold, especially if you do the same thing over and over again. You have nothing special going on anymore. You have nothing out of the ordinary. It's just simple routine on a daily basis, okay? And what happens is if people are living this way, especially for a long time, you don't do anything really exciting. You don't do anything out of the ordinary. That, the relationship can really turn stale and cold. And you wonder why the energy, why the magic, why the romance is subsiding. It's basically not there anymore. And you just simply have to dial it back and think of what you're doing. Because what happens is this. The longer you're in a relationship, and it doesn't matter what relationship it is, whether you're married or been together for a long time, it don't really matter whether you're the female or the male. If you don't work on your relationship, if you don't really keep it on the level that is exciting, I'm not saying every day, but I'm talking about like once in a while, having occasions, the relationship will simply grow cold, okay? And this will happen to anybody, okay? It will happen to anybody. It don't matter who it is, okay? So anyway, in order to make you really fall in love again, you really have to think about what brought you both together in the first place. Because most of the time, we forget that. We forget what brought us together, okay? And if we take our attention off that, then there's no surprise that things are going to turn stale and cold in the long run, okay? It will just simply happen, and there's nothing you can do about it unless you work on your issues, unless you work on the foundation of what brought you both together, okay? Maybe you met in a restaurant. Maybe you met in the movie theater. Maybe you met on a romantic hike, or you were on a boat, or you were on a cruise ship, or maybe you met in the plane. You have to remember what brought you together. Maybe you were high school sweethearts. You've been together ever since school time, okay? You have to really focus on that and try to do something that is related to that, meaning that if you met on a cruise ship, maybe you should go ahead and take some cruise ships together on a regular basis, like once every year, once every 2 years, you go on a cruise just to kind of refresh and remind yourself that this is how we got together, okay? It is the same thing with anything else. If you were on vacation, or you were, maybe you met at work, maybe you met at church, no matter where you met, just focus on that. And I promise you that you will find your root of what brought you together, and you will fall in love again. And even if you don't have this full experience of falling in love again, at least you're going to be remembering what brought you together. And because you are thinking about that, it's going to bring you both closer together. So if you really got apart, you got further apart with each other, once you try to dwell upon these experiences that brought you together, you will strengthen your bond, and you will even find some way to fall in love all over again, okay? And the other thing you can do is really to, have this romance, the falling in love again, is to simply by doing things that you have never done before. Try to do something that is not in your routine. We are so prone to do things over and over again. We don't change our habits with each other. Okay? So if you simply just try to do something different, do something risky, do something that is just out of the ordinary that you both are not used to, especially both of you. If it's just one, okay, maybe. But if it's like both, you are going together in unknown territory. You're basically doing something together that you have never done before. So you're actually trying to really lean on each other more, saying, hey, what are we doing? You know, what is this the right thing to do? Is this is exciting. This is, oh my gosh, why haven't we done it before? You're going to have all these things. And what happens is that you're also going to build up your communication. You start to talk about other things than you normally do, like things that you're used to saying every day. Okay. So it is a simply change of habit, change of routine, change of circumstances in your relationship that will bring you close, because you are going towards, or you're walking on unknown territory, which was going to bring you closer together. You're going to be in a situation where you don't know what to expect. You don't know what to anticipate coming ahead of time. And this type of risk, this type of excitement can actually really, make you really happy and excited about the unknown and excited about the risk. I'm talking about like positive risk. But you know what? There's also circumstances where there could be like a risk of, I don't know, like a risk of getting caught because you are being romantic in places where you're not supposed to be romantic, or you know what I mean. It is just sometimes the adventure that you both need with each other. You need to have the adventure that really romanticizes your relationship in such a way that you find new meaning for each other and you look at each other in different ways. And by that, you may see a different side of your partner. And by that, you also be able to fall in love all over again. It is, at the end of the day, guys, it is all about strengthening your relationship. It is all about bringing you closer together than ever before, And if this is what it takes, then guys, that's what you should do. That's what you should be focusing on. And if you focus on that, I promise you that you will be in a relationship part that is so romantic. Man, guys, you have no idea. Okay? Take care.